So, Heavenly Tower is back, Floor 47 is back, and now the normal Bahamut chain don't actually really work anymore if you have the explosion talent for Bahamut, which I'm pretty sure basically everybody have at this point in the game. So I did a little bit of testing here and there, and I made my own method to chain Puffsley with the new Bahamut explosion talent. The way this chain works is that instead of chaining Puffsley itself, we're going to chain on Moneko. With the BahaBlast talent, you can actually just straight up knock Moneko back every time Bahamut attacks, as long as you do the full Bahamut attack and the explosion talent on Moneko. If you put Puffsley near Moneko, Puffsley will also get hit by the first explosion and would also get knocked back. If you let Puffsley move a little after getting knocked back, he'll get hit by the third explosion, which does 40% damage. So you just constantly chain Puffsley with the first and third explosion for a few times. That's the general idea of the chain. If you do the chain just right, you can straight up kill Puffsley in just one chain. But even if you mess up somewhere, it's very easy to just get Puffsley to the point where a few more hits would kill him. So the chain, even if you mess up, can still help you a great deal. Before going to the setup of the chain, there's also some required units and combos. To do the chain itself, you'll want Boulder Cat. If you don't have Boulder Cat, what in the world are you doing? Go get Boulder Cat, please. Then you'll also want Fishman, and either Manic Mohawk or Manic Eraser, either are fine. I think I'd rather go with Eraser to make the cleanup easier. And now for combos. These are important. For Boulder Cat to work, I would highly recommend a medium research combo, and for the ending of the chain to work, I would highly recommend a small cannon startup combo. These combos can be stronger, of course, but I would actually recommend specifically medium research and not large research. With the medium research combo, the timing to use Boulder in the chain actually perfectly lines up with Boulder's cooldown with the medium combo. So if you have a large research combo or more, this timing would actually be slightly off and you'll have to delay a little bit manually. Remember, medium research combo is the same as using two small research combos, so you can use Biohazard and Bony Bone. If you're using Biohazard and Bony Bone, you can add Ramen on the top row to get a free cannon startup combo too. Oh, and for the cannon itself, I would actually go for basic cannon. This will be used at the end of the chain to give Bahamut slightly more time to survive and land another hit. You might be able to use other cannons, but you're probably gonna have to find another way to use it. I'm just implementing my chain with normal cannon so that it's more replicable for everybody, so that it's also more consistent. So those are the important stuff. If you have filled all of the important units and have any other empty slots, you can fill it with whatever you need to use for the cleanup. This can be Slime or Hitman or Heavy Assault CAT, whatever. Remember, you don't instantly win even if you clean up Puffsley. You still need to actually deal with the rest of the enemy, so don't celebrate too early. One last thing before we get to the chain is your Fishman and Bahamut level. Bahamut I think needs to be at least level 40. I'm honestly not entirely sure, but I can't really replicate lower level, but my Bahamut is currently level 50. I'm pretty sure 40 would work. I don't think 30 would work. Maybe if you're able to put in damage combo, but I'm not really sure if you have enough slots for that. Now, for Fishman level, the start of the chain can be slightly different depending whether your Fishman can survive a hit from Owlbrow or not. A level 57 Fishman can survive a hit. Anything below would die in one hit. If you have like defense combo or like defense orb or whatever, you're just gonna have to experiment yourself whether your Fishman survives or not. But yeah, so there's two versions of the chain. One is when your Fishman survive, and two is when your Fishman doesn't survive. So yeah, let's just call the version where your Fishman survive version 1, and if your Fishman doesn't survive, it's version 2. The only difference is just the start, but the main chain will be the same. So I'm gonna explain the version 1 first. Here are the step-by-step. 1, you wait for about 1,500 cash. If you leveled up your wallet, then you wait for 1,000 cash, and then you spawn your Manic Meat Shield. This is used to stall Puffsley a little bit. Then let Owlbrow get very near your base, and then spawn Fishman. If the Owlbrow hits your base, that's fine. Since your Fishman survives a hit, your Fishman should attack, get knocked back, rebound, and come back for another hit, which should kill the Owlbrow. Afterwards, you'll see Puffsley kill Fishman. Now, during the animation when Puffsley is rocking backwards and is about to rock forward again, spawn your Manic Meat Shield to bait C.Moneko's attack. Once Moneko finishes her first 2 multi-hit, spawn Awakened Bahamut. Now, this is where the chain begins. Spawn Boulder when the third explosion occurs. This will be just enough delay for Puffsley to get hit by the third explosion. If you spawn it just right, you'll be able to bait Moneko's attack and stall Puffsley, and Puffsley would get hit by the third explosion too. If you do it just right, all you need to do from now is to spawn Rock as soon as it is off of cooldown. Now, repeat spawning Boulder until you see Tacky in the front line. This would be after the 4th Boulder. Now, instead of spawning Boulder, use your Cat Cannon instead, after a slight delay. That's basically the end of the chain, but this is also where things get kind of inconsistent. A lot of different things can happen depending depending on very small things. Sometimes you might actually just straight up kill Puffsley if you have just the right amount of interaction. Sometimes you might not kill Puffsley. Sometimes C.Moneko would kill your Bahamut instead. Sometimes you might actually want to spawn rock instead of using your cat cannon, or you want to do both or whatever. You kind of want to improvise at this point. If you manage to kill Puffsley, that's great. If you don't manage to kill Puffsley, he'd be at a low enough health where he would die in just a couple of chips from slime or something anyway, so just slime chip him a few times and I'm pretty sure he's going to die soon. That's really about it. Just make sure you actually bring enough units for the cleanup. Now, for the version 2, where your Fishman doesn't survive the initial hit, the start of the chain is slightly different. The main chain is the same. So, to start off, it's the same as the previous version. You wait for about 1,500 cash in total, then you spawn your Manic meatshield. And then, when you see Owlbrow gets past Puffsley, spawn your Fishman. Your Fishman would die here after hitting once, but make sure this doesn't trigger Puffsley or Moneko's attack. Then, let Puffsley and Owlbrow both hit your base. But right as Owlbrow attacks, spawn your Manic meatshield and Fishman again. Your Manic meatshield should bait Moneko's attack, and you should have enough money for Awakened Bahamut. Once you have enough money, spawn Awakened Bahamut, and then do the rest of the chain. The rest of the chain is still the same as version 1. I have put all of these step by step in the description, so if you need to refer to it at another time, you can just look at that. Remember, even if you don't manage to kill Puffsley in one chain, you should be able to at least cut off majority of his health. You just need to chip him off and he'll die soon. Afterwards, remember, don't die from the peons, otherwise it'll be a little bit embarrassing. Don't lure too close, Taki could snipe off your base. Remember that Brawlos exist, just make sure you can kill Moneko at that point. But yeah, that's about it. That's how to chain Puffsley with the new explosion talent. What, you wanna ask about Infernal 447? Just got supercar, dude. But yeah, anyways, if you have any thoughts or questions, leave a comment, and if I don't have the answer, hopefully someone else will. But yeah, that's about it. See ya.